Erica Kirk drank her husband Charlie's blood in a satanic ritual following his death, according to bombshell testimony from multiple Turning Point USA insiders. According to two staffers, one of whom no longer works for the organisation, Erica dismissed concerns about the act by describing it as an ancient Christian ceremony that they were not educated enough to understand. However, the ceremony bore every hallmark of a full-blown satanic ritual. Insiders who experienced it firsthand remain profoundly disturbed to this day. Worse yet, sources deep inside Turning Point USA reveal the CEO gig is just the opening move. Her handlers have her slotted for the 2028 VP spot, and she's ruthless enough to do whatever it takes to take it all. Before we dive in, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and join the People's Voice Locals community to join our incredible community, support the channel, and gain access to exclusive and uncensored content. An old video has surfaced from Erica Kirk's now private Instagram, and given what we know about Erica's interests, it's disturbing to say the least. Uploading vials of her own blood to Instagram? Candace nailed the witness. I think it's creepy to show blood. Unfortunately, blood is also associated with things that should not be done to children, she said. Are we expected to believe that Erica is so private she blurs her kids' faces, hides names and wedding details, but flaunts blood vials publicly?
Oh, here's the vials of blood. All right. I find that rather bizarre. She says, so many people are like, why do you even need to get your blood work? When I've posted about it in the past, you need a baseline. For me, it was checking my inflammatory markers amongst several other things. Don't just be aimlessly taking vitamins because it's trendy. Know what your body needs. So I'm taking this to mean that she's talking about, as the title of her little Instagram reel is, that it is what she has learned having had her second baby. I think it's creepy to show blood. Unfortunately, blood is also associated with things that should not be done to children. And given that it's such a sensitive topic, wouldn't you think you'd be a little more private about showing your blood vials on your Instagram reel? When she's so private that she doesn't want us to see her children's faces or know their names or know very much about their wedding or any of their private things?
Let's cut the BS. Erica had 8 times the number of vials you'd ever need for a standard metabolic panel, or any normal routine blood work. We're talking 1 to 2 vials tops for that stuff. Maybe 3 to 5 if it's a bigger panel. 8 times that? No way that was for what she claimed it was. Whatever went down in there, it wasn't legit blood testing. And it gets creepier. The woman drawing blood flashes downward pointing hand signs, part of the classic Baphomet gesture. Innocent grip? Perhaps, but many are seeing it as a not too subtle hint, especially after Candace's episode earlier this week regarding elite Baal worshippers, their symbolism, and their need to flaunt their beliefs.
It's bizarre. You have to say it's creepy. And some will point out her position of her fingers are pointing down, could totally be innocent, but because I gather clues, I'm going to gather all the clues that I can find. I may discard it in the future, but right now I'm going to notice that this is a portion of the Baphomet sign, which is those who worship evil. Baphomet is the devil, the evil one, and 2 fingers pointing down and 2 fingers pointing up is the usual sign. It could be she's just holding the plastic bag that way. Absolutely. But I'm going to file that away in case I see it crop up again.
Here is where it gets really dark. President Trump appointed Erica Kirk to the Board of Visitors that's in charge of making US Air Force Academy recommendations to the Secretary of War and the President. Obviously, she's completely unqualified, unless you count running a shady orphanage on a NATO base in Romania.
Now I know what you might be thinking. How in the world is this woman even possibly qualified for the job other than by virtue, of course, of being Charlie Kirk's wife, now widow? Now, according to her LinkedIn, she claims to have a Doctor of Education and a Juris Master's degree from Liberty University, graduating summa cum laude. But the internet does what it does, and once again, as it often is with Erica, there seems to be something not right about this. Take a listen to Baron Coleman here.
The way you would try to find if somebody had the degree they claim to have. First thing you do is go and see, is there a portal where we can look and see people who graduated in given years. Well, she said she graduated in the year 2022. Her name was either Franz Bayer Kirk, so we can look them up both ways here. This is all the people. No Franz Bayes in 2022 in Liberty University. So we'll try Kirk. There are some Kirks, but there are no Erica Kirks. So then you start to think, well, maybe a different year? Well, trust me, we went all through all the years.
Interesting. And also, this website just popped up out of nowhere.
Turning Point USA insiders are sounding the alarm. Erica Kirk is already on the fast track for the 2028 VP nomination. Meanwhile, the establishment is closing ranks, circling the wagons to shield her from any real scrutiny or legitimate questions.
We are here to welcome one of the conservative movement's most talented, most outspoken, and most faithful leaders, Erica Kirk, to our great state. We're so proud to have her, and we're so proud of the incredible work that she is doing to help encourage students across the country to engage and join Club America, which we're launching here in Arkansas, and we're just honored to have you.
Thank you. God bless you. We're so grateful, and thank you for honoring Charlie and his legacy and his mission to have a Club America on every high school chapter across the country. So God bless you guys, and thank you.
The mum jeans, the humble gestures and body language, the newly found timid voice, pretending to be camera shy. She really could not be any faker.
I'm just telling you right now, if Erica Kirk is ever on a ticket, I am not voting for Erica Kirk. I will vote for anybody else. I will vote for somebody foreign before I vote for Erica Kirk.
I'll vote for somebody's pet fish before I vote for Erica Kirk. I am done. I have seen enough. I can no longer bear people defending Erica Kirk in any way, any shape, any form. It has to end. It has to stop. Okay? It has to stop right now. Because we received some follow-up information regarding Erica's time in New York.
Erica's week went from bad to worse when our reporting that she had close ties to Jeffrey Epstein and the Rothschilds moved from suspicion to confirmation. Not only is Erica Kirk still employed by the Florida real estate agency that was entrusted with Epstein's most valuable properties, employees from Next Model Management, the Rothschild-owned modeling agency in New York where Erica worked, confirmed that Jeffrey Epstein was a frequent visitor. Really, what are the chances? But the rabbit hole goes even deeper. In 2005, Jeffrey Epstein and Jean-Luc Brunel formed MC2 Modeling and used the organization to traffic girls. Incredibly, it was confirmed that Epstein's modeling network is still active in New York, Florida, and, you guessed it, Tel Aviv, Israel. How are they even getting away with this? Hiding in plain sight, right under everybody's nose. It might all come down to who they really worship. Coming up next, details from the inside about the shocking ritual that Erica used to lay Charlie to rest and stake her claim on the organization going forward. Warning, this is disturbing, which is exactly why everybody needs to hear it. Today's sponsor is PillsForever.com. If you think Big Pharma have your best interests at heart, think again. The price of medicine in America has skyrocketed, and there are certain medicines Big Pharma don't want you to know about. That's why I've partnered with PillsForever.com. All of their FDA-approved medicines are the cheapest you'll find anywhere. More importantly, you can order medicines that Big Pharma don't want you to have, such as ivermectin, hydroxychloroquine, and fenbendazole. Speaking of fenbendazole, not only does it get rid of parasites that live inside your body, there have been studies that show fenbendazole can help with cancer. Listen to this bombshell interview with Mel Gibson, who says 3 of his friends who had terminal cancer were cured by the very same ivermectin and fenbendazole available at PillsForever.com.
I have 3 friends. All 3 of them had stage 4 cancer. All 3 of them don't have cancer right now at all. And they had some serious stuff going on.
And what did they take?
Jesus. They took some, what you've heard they've taken.
Ivermectin.
Fenbendazole.
Fenbendazole, yeah.
That's
yeah, I'm hearing that a lot.
They drank hydrochloride something or other.
Get 15% off using coupon code People's Voice at the checkout. please click the link below this video to take advantage of this fantastic offer. Per the Charlie Kirk show, Erica Kirk straight up said this. If Charlie had the choice, if he could undo what happened to him and come back, live out the rest of his life, be a dad to his kids, she doesn't think he'd take it. Because in her words, he must be happy with what was unleashed by it. Happy with what was unleashed. Yeah, let that sink in for a second. This is the level of psychopathy we're dealing with here.
Erica said that if Charlie was given the choice to undo what happened and come back, he wouldn't, she thought, because of what was unleashed by it.
What was unleashed by it? How about a straight up wave of fake Christian in-your-face satanic devil worship out in the open, led by a woman who's dead set on clawing her way to the top, no matter how slippery or bloody the pole gets. And with statements like that flying around, Charlie's memory isn't just getting faded or forgotten, it's being straight up mocked, openly, in broad daylight. Which should come as no surprise, because according to a former Turning Point USA insider, who has since vanished and is now feared dead by her family, Erica Kirk performed a bizarre ritual in the days immediately following Charlie's assassination. This audio clip has never been released publicly before. Initially, we hesitated, unsure about the credibility of such explosive allegations. But with the Epstein files now exposing elite rituals, revelations about the shadowy ceremonies of those determined to dominate humanity, and our own deeper investigation uncovering a second staffer who quietly confirmed the claims, we can no longer hold back. After careful consideration and new corroboration, we've decided to share it. Here it is, the never-before-heard clip.
Okay, so listen. I still can't believe I saw this shit with my own eyes. It was late, like way after everyone was supposed to bounce from the office. The lights were low, just these creepy red bulbs they'd strung up, and they had this black draped table in the middle of the conference room. Total altar vibes. Incense was burning thick, choking the air, and they were chanting, low and weird, not even English, sounded like some dark Latin or whatever. It was 100% satanic, no cap, like they ripped it straight out of a horror movie, but real. And get this, the donors were there too. These rich, suited up dudes and a couple women I recognized from TV and fundraisers, they just stood around the circle, nodding along, whispering stuff like this was normal networking. Made my skin crawl knowing these are the same people who write checks and pull strings. And Jack Posobiec was there, of course. He's an evil son of a bitch. The senior staff, though, they were freaking out in the quietest way possible. Like, these are the ride or die turning point people, the ones who live for the mission, right? But I saw their faces, ghost white, eyes bugging out. One exec I knew kept muttering under his breath, "This isn't happening. This can't be real." Another girl was shaking so bad she almost dropped her phone. They kept looking at each other like, do we leave? Do we say something? But nobody moved. They were too scared, or too deep already. You could smell the panic in the air like something animal. Then Erica steps up to the center. She's calm, like she's done this before. She lifts this Turning Point branded coffee mug. Big dramatic moment. And everybody goes dead silent. Then, she drank his blood.
Who could do something like this to their own husband? Erica's past is packed with way more secrets than anybody wants to admit. And those secrets are painting a picture that's getting harder and harder to ignore. We're talking sexting scandals with young girls. And that's just the start.
I think we've all seen these messages between Sydney and Erica at this point. Some people will defend it as normal. I'm not buying it. But what if there were evidence that when the two were living together in New York, they shared a one-bedroom apartment? When looking at Erica's background, it yielded only one result. She was living at 640 Broadway, apartment 8B from 2015 to 2017. However, that would not account for her time with Sydney. When looking at Sydney's background, it yielded much better results. She's listed at living at 121 Madison Ave, apartment 5G, during this time period where she was living with Erica. For the sake of redundancy, I even used a different provider to access her background. While this evidence places Sydney at the apartment, it does not prove that Erica was there. Thankfully, Erica was kind enough to leave us clues. Erica's first clue is the restaurant across the street. That video was from July 21st, 2018, long before Tasty's Cafe closed down during COVID. We can now place Erica Francevay at 121 Madison Ave, apartment 5G, on July 21st, 2018. In addition to October 11th, 2019, Tasty's Cafe would appear in the reflection of this window dozens of times. The second clue Erica left us is this picture she posted to her Instagram on February 2nd of 2018. Pay attention to the floor in her Instagram post and compare it to the floor of the common area of 121 Madison Ave. The third and final clue was not left by Erica, but Sydney when she posted this to her Instagram. If you see any similarities, that's because this photo was taken at 121 Madison Ave. So I'd like to ask, is sleeping in the same bed for 2 years just normal girl behavior too, or something else going on here?
Everything we're dropping here is the kind of material that gets hard drives wiped, servers torched, and people suicided before breakfast. If you're doing your own research and digging into dangerous topics online, you need to be protected. Legacy VPNs? Forget it. Proton? It's literally funded by the WF and EU. Let that sink in. Express Nord Surfshark, they all keep logs, they all cave to warrants. They're all headquartered in 5949 countries that will hand your IP over faster than you can blink. You need something that can't betray you. That's VP.net, the world's first trustless VPN. No central servers they can raid, no logs they can seize because there's nothing to seize. It runs on blockchain nodes spread across thousands of independent operators. Even if the entire US government demands your data, there's nobody to hand it over to. It's mathematically impossible to de-anonymize you. Do it before you dig any deeper. vp.net/TPV. That's all it takes to keep your searches, your passwords, your fingerprints, your downloads, and your late night rabbit holes completely off the grid. No logs, no backdoors, no subpoenas that ever get answered. vp.net/TPV. One click and you're gone. Smart people are already there. See you on the other side.